you new people to the chapter, welcome. It's a pleasure to, shut up a minute. It's a pleasure to have you on board. I walked in this morning, I am a board member up here. Somebody graciously put me a seat so that way I could view everybody as the meeting was going on. So, yep. I got to get out of that chair though because it's sitting kind of high and I'm getting the nosebleed. But this is my seat for today. This primarily is for a lot of the new people. We've got something that's called an ICE tube. It's an acronym, ICE, in case of emergency. It's a device like an aluminum pill capsule that you can put emergency information or medical information or pertinent information about yourself, spouse, writers, in case of an accident. If you have a crash, and there are no accidents, they're just crashes. If you have a crash and go down, you may or may not be able to relay medical information on it to the first responders. In Southwest Florida, first responders are looking for items like this hanging from the bottom of your motorcycle where you put your guardian belts for information and may or may not save your life. So if you go down to include if you've got a special needs family member or a spouse, you can put information in there as far as allergies, medicines, or pertinent information that may save your life and expedite these things. Herd mentality. You've all seen it. Gaggle of goats going everywhere, and all you got to do is you got your eyes in front of the butt in front of you. The only person that can drive your motorcycle successfully is you. You're the only one that can operate it, go down the road, and maintain a safe avenue as you're going down. Do not get a fixation on the motorcycle in front of you. Be aware and look. It's a rapidly changing environment that we're all involved in. Everything can be smooth as silk going down the roadway, and all of a sudden in an instant something happens. Normally the first 4 bikes, 4 people in front can actually have a pretty good visual view up and down the road and anything coming, i.e. obstructions, crashing the roadway, roadkill, whatever it could be, a hazard to your driving down the road. So when that lead road captain up there gives you an arm and a hand signal to tell you something is going on up in front of you, pass it back to the riders behind you. When you are leading the ride or you're in the first third of the pack, you can see things coming up like buckets in the roadway, like potholes. Once you point them out, and you point them out with either your hand or your foot, to identify or to let the person behind you know there is something coming up. If you do not see a clear sign, a clear arm and hand signal, point that out, an obstruction in the roadway. You see the rider in front of you doing something, he's not just shaking his leg, he's trying to relay information onto you. Take it upon yourself to pay just a little bit more attention. Things happen very quickly, very rapidly. Also, those of you that are new to the chapter, again, welcome to the chapter. If you are not used to group riding, and that's our main staple here, is group riding in a pack. Position yourself at the rear of the pack. Let the rear road captain know, look, I just finished my career. I'm in my midlife crisis, and I just bought a brand new 2015 motorcycle. I've got all of 400 miles under my belt, 3 weeks of training. That's fantastic. Put yourself in the rear of the formation. That does several things. First of all, it gives you a better comfort zone because you can increase the riding distance or the space between you and other riders around you. It gives you the opportunity to see the riding and the group riders that are around you so you can become familiar with them and get accustomed to how they ride. Because every one of us ride different. That way that rear road captain can say, you know what? If this guy's inexperienced but he's learning and he's coming in and he's doing quite well, he may be able to give you a tip or some information on how you are. Guys, riding is a lifestyle. I want everyone to be safe out there. We have had a very fortunate year this year But I'll tell you what, Anita and several other members have hit it right on the head. We've had a very large increase of crashes that have happened in the last few months. The population down here has more than doubled. Idiots are on the road texting and talking on cell phones. People are not paying attention, and it's not just one gender or one sect of people. It's just not the old people or the young people or the whatevers. It's everybody. You got a mother in a minivan with 3 kids screaming trying to get to a soccer game. You got construction workers trying to get from point A to point B. And you got vacationers and snowbirds down here in the middle of the day, rush hour, trying to figure out where they want to go to lunch. So it is a very dynamic, interesting world down here during the snowbird season. Remember, basic physics. Only one item at a time can fit in one area of space, which means if you're driving down that roadway and you're on a 900-pound motorcycle and a 5,000-pound car decides it wants to occupy the same space that you are presently occupying, get out of the way. I would rather have you veer out of the way and be safe. Because you got to stay conscious, you got to stay alert, you got to stay awake, and you got to get out of that herd mentality mindset. Guys, I can literally talk for hours, but I'm going to cut it short. Hey, I ain't done yet. Yes, ma'am.
Could you please remind the trike riders that we cannot see their feet when they stick feet up? If they would see their eyes.
Can everybody hear that? Again, back to arm and hand signals. If you're on a trek, the width of your tail end, as I pause for a minute, riders behind you may or may not be able to see you sticking your foot out, point. Take that extra effort and point in your favor. But keep in mind, guys, if there is a rider in front of you, and that rider in front of you is making some overt motion, obviously they're trying to relay some information to you. So, pay attention, and that's the bottom line. Bottom line is we are here to ride, have comradeship, fellowship, and get fat and go to restaurants. And we want to do all of that in a very safe manner.
Did I say one thing?
No. If any of the new people have any questions or have any, writing tips or anything else, everybody up here on the board, we want to help you. We want this to be a success. We want to have a fantastic new year. And now I concede to Anita, yes ma'am.
I just want to say, if you're riding behind George and myself, my feet often go out, and you're not going to get anything. Anna, right?
Any questions that come up, by all means, guys, open door policy. We're here to help. We want to have a safe year, guys.
All right. As a policy, we always have